Hi there, we are students from MSU and we're making a podcast for our psychology project. The topic that we chose is motivation and engagement. So in this podcast, it will be consisting of 3 episodes, and in each episode, it will be conducted by 2 of our members. So today's very first episode will be conducted by me, myself, Beatrice, and also my partner, SYASYA. So we will be talking about understanding motivation. So let's get right into it. So Sha, have you heard about the Maslow hierarchy of needs theory before?
I think I've heard some part of it, but only like the needs part.
So there's this one guy called Maslow. He's an American psychologist, and he came up with this theory, which is about human needs. So do you know any human needs?
I mean, other than food, survival instinct,
Right, okay. So like he came up with this like pyramid diagram. There are 5 tiers. We have the physiological needs, we have safety needs, love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. So among all these type of needs, which needs do you think will come first?
For sure, the relationships.
Yes, it's important, but actually it's food and water, like just what you say.
The first one I said.
The first one that you say. So that belongs to the physiological needs, and which is located at the very bottom of the pyramid. When someone fulfills the bottom level of the needs, they will try to pursue the higher level, which is the self-actualization at the top tier, right? So what's your current goal right now for you?
For me, I think I'm still at the bottom chain because I still need to achieve like the stability of it.
Yes. So how do you think that this motivation relates to the theory?
I think this hierarchy, the needs of hierarchy, is what drives most like people motivation.
Yes.
Because they have to have the needs in order to have motivation.
Yes. So like satisfy your need, you need to be motivated, right? To do the thing, right? So it's some sort of like that, like the theory.
That explains. For my part, I think I know more about self-determination and expectancy. I think you understand what is the like self-determination and
like I'm not quite sure of the exact definition of it, but I assume that self-determination means like referring to how we are very determined to do our work of completing tasks, right? And for expectancy, I assume that is like how we have our own expectations.
The goals.
The goals. So that's how I think about it, but I'm not quite sure of the definition.
So basically we have like 2 parts of this theory, which is the self-determination theory, which is SDT, and we have the expectancy theory. So the first theory emphasizes in our motivation by highlighting the aspect of competency, our competency, autonomy, our autonomy, competency, and regardless, which is how we're gonna handle. Like when we have like these needs or these 3 needs to be fulfilled, they like macam like the individuals experience greater like well-being and personal growth. It's like for them to grow. It's for their self-determination. So there's a connection between like self-determination and also the expectancy, because it's ourself. We have to really like make or create a goal in order to get determined in a way. So basically expectancy can influence our determination or our motivation. For example, the SDT, which is self-determination, it focuses more in the factors of psychological. So the way we think and how we make ourselves self-determined. And the expectancy actually focus more on the evaluation and the outcomes. So you feel like more motivated when you believe that your effort will be more lead to meaningful outcomes, or do you feel more motivated when you connect to the others and competent abilities?
So there's like 2, right?
Yeah.
So the first one, I feel like both can motivate me in a way. Like so let's say the first motivation where I motivate myself, right? You're talking about how self-determination, like what I want to achieve. Yes, like I want to achieve this, so that's my motivation, right? Right. Then another type of motivation is like the outcome. So let's say if I'm studying hard, so I'm studying hard to get a good grade, right? And the outcome is not getting a good grade. The outcome is actually that I want to get a good grade to make my parents proud. So the outcome of making my parents proud, it's what motivates me to study hard. Right. Yeah, so I think it both motivates me in a way, in the sense that one is that I want to do it for myself. Another one is because I want to make my parents proud. Right, so that one, it's about the outcome affecting me, and this one is me affecting myself. Like the way I think about it, right?
It's like the before, during, and after kind of scenario.
Something like that.
All right, so another question. Since we're in the topic of motivation, right? And we never actually touched the topic of motivation itself. So what exactly is motivation to you?
I feel like it's a type of sense in our let's say mind. It's a type of sense in our mind that like pushes us through the hard times. Like it's like telling us, you have to do this, you have to do this in order
like the self thought behind
it's like talking to yourself that you have to achieve this. So it's a type of sense, I feel. Right.
I get that, because I kind of have that kind of feeling. It's already like programmed in our brain. Let's talk about the types of motivation. This is what I learned, which is there are two types, which is intrinsic and extrinsic. So the intrinsics is basically what drives you from like within, something that makes you enjoy it. So for example, our hobbies, it's mostly like drive our motivation to feel the enjoyment of the things that we do.
I get you.
So that is basically like the happy one. What do you think about like the self like motivation? In a way, you are driven by the enjoyment. Do you have one?
I do. So like, let's say my hobby is baking, right? And other than baking, I like to film the process. Like I like to film the process and make a video out of it. So the process of making the video is actually very tiring, but I enjoy the process because at the end you get to see a satisfying video, and that you're gonna like keep repeating watching it
and see it again and again.
So it motivates me to make more videos. So the next time I do it, I would do the same thing. And also, since talking about the very first theory that we mentioned, the Maslow, so since I already achieved this, I want to achieve a higher level one, so like improve myself, you know.
So it's like from the like very basic one, you just do it for fun, and then suddenly you're a professional.
Not professional yet,
but somewhere there, beginner to like some level.
Myself, basically.
What's
your hobby?
Actually, I have lots of hobbies. And most of it is like I'll do it when I feel like it. So basically the motivation actually is not like a fixed motivation in a way.
It just suddenly comes to you that I'm motivated to do this.
I want to do this. So we have extrinsic. So extrinsic motivation, it's more like a drive of reward. Like you're doing this because you want to feel this, because you want to get it from someone else. You imagine like there's two people, and we both like, for example, we both like gardening, but you're doing it for fun. And I'm doing it because I want to win a competition.
So it's a competition.
It's a competition. You're doing it for fun, and I'm doing it for a competition to get the prize.
Different goals.
Different goals. So basically those are like the two different motivation.
Different goals has different motivation, right? The way you do it,
the way you see it, and like the way you feel about it. So mostly people say like the second motivation, usually you feel forced to do it sometimes.
That's true, because it's not within, it was affected by
by
the pressure outside, you know,
the peer pressure in a way. So alright, my question is, what do you think about the two motivation, and which one is more effective to you, and which one do you prefer?
It depends on what I'm doing. So let's say study, right? Let's say study. It's very common, right? Is it intrinsic for you or extrinsic?
It's very extrinsic.
It's very extrinsic, right?
Yeah.
Like, because of you want to make it for my condition, I want to make my parents proud, so that's the pressure there, and it will force me to study hard. Like, I have to do this, I have to do this,
or else this will happen.
Or else I'll get a bad grade and you can't do that, right? So in terms of studying in educational settings, I think extrinsic is more useful. But of course, sometimes I do find joy in like studying lah. But it depends what type of studying.
Depends on the subject.
Yeah, it depends on the subject. Let's say maths. I actually enjoy doing math solution, but only if I know the solution, you know, I know how to do it, and I won't suffer, and I'll just keep doing and like challenging me, right? Then I enjoy that. Then that would be an intrinsic motivation where I try to find more questions to do. But if it's like memorization, like, oh, you tell me to
the
formulas and like history studying, oh my god, no, that's like, if I want to get good grades, of course I have to force myself, then that's extrinsic. I wouldn't have any intrinsic motivation to memorize history. You know, so
you can memorize it from book to book.
So it depends on what I'm doing. Then it will be effective for me in those two types of motivation.
I think motivation actually like have a big role in our life.
It does. Talking about motivation in educational setting, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate of how you manage well of your studies?
Oh, for now, I think it's 3.
3?
Yeah, I think
that's kind of low. Don't you think?
It's, I mean, I'm being honest. It's 3 because with how I'm doing now, it's 3.
It's 3.
For sure 3.
Is it because you don't have any motivation, or?
I think it's the wrong motivation.
Can you give an example, or is it privacy?
No, it's a good example actually. So I change my motivation from time to time. Just to see like how well I can go. So there's this one time where I study in my thought. I study for my family, and it doesn't work. I feel more burnt out. By
stress, right?
It's very stressful. And then when I change it to like I study because I want to see my friends, it's giving more pressure to like I have to come just to see them. In a way, so I was like, I want to study on my own time in a way.
Like you come to school just to see your friends.
I think that's like, it's a good motivation, but it's just not for me.
I feel you.
So I kind of want to study because I actually want to study. I don't want to study because of other people in a way.
Then do you find any other motivation right now? Like, since you're saying that these two motivation aren't working for you, do you have any other ways?
For now, my motivation is to get my life stable. In a way. So in my head is probably if I found a part-time job, I'll be more like motivated to wake up early and then go to class and then go to my job. That's the only thing that actually keeps me going your
life, right? Because everyone's life is not that stable. It depends on your finance and also other like factors lah. We don't know, right? For my case, I think my life is kind of stable, so I would prioritize to focus on my study and do better. That's like my motivation.
Your motivation.
Because it's my case where I'm stable, but you're not stable. Then then
I need to like balance both out in order to get
the motivation that I have doesn't work on you. Different people have different motivation, right?
Because like if we see like when students actually came to school and they're thinking about, oh, I need to pay this, I need to pay that, like they will feel like, oh, I have to find stability in order for me to focus in my academic in a way.
I get you. Like,
so basically that's my situation.
That's a struggle. Everyone have different ways to motivate themselves, right? So it just depends on your determination. If you like really want to achieve it, you would you would do anything to achieve it.
Yeah.
You would give your best, right? But we know that sometimes we can be distracted,
Yeah.
right? But other things, you like some random things where you just be lazy, then you will be distracted and you'll just lose focus. It means that our determination is not strong enough.
Yeah, not strong.
Right, it's not strong enough. Like if you're
I think it's the situation as well. Like
Yeah,
it
it
depends on the situation.
yes, like this distraction.
Yeah, it's like some days we're feeling kind of some days we feel like, oh, we should do this.
Yeah,
you know, right?
yeah. Some distraction.
it's like-
you're really gonna give up at the end. You're gonna be like, you know what? It's okay. I'll do better
I'll do
next.
it,
I'll do
next
better
time.
next time. Like at the end of it, you will just give up because
Yeah.
being distracted. That's why we need to keep motivating ourselves.
Yeah.
So like motivation is kind of important.
Yeah, very important in a way.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this episode that's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Different type of theory that can relate to motivation.
It
right?
actually like make us understand better
Yeah.
and improve ourselves more.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that too. So that's it for us.
Alright,
Thank you.
bye-bye.